Have you been looking at trying Black Desert and wondering whether this game was for you? Well, let's see if I can help you with that. Welcome to Black Desert. If you aren't an avid action fighter gamer, because I'm certainly not, the combo system may start out feeling a bit clunky, at least on keyboard and mouse. The game has a surprisingly steep learning curve for how powerful you feel as soon as you start playing, which makes for what felt like a bit of a rough onboarding experience. But this leads into an example of how, as a beginner to the game, I found there to be an almost comical disparity between hand-holding and, well, good luck, newbie. Here's the easiest example I could think of. Nothing in the open field even comes close to being a challenge, regardless of how many enemies you face, especially in the early game. In comparison, the bosses require a great deal of flexibility and have comparatively enormous health bars paired with high damage and attack speed. You're not likely going to be able to seamlessly pull off any sort of major combo while fighting them, even though they are the first enemies that can withstand a combo in the first place. This isn't a bad thing necessarily, as it allows for a more traditional type of boss mechanic, way more than just a reskinned mob with a bigger health pool like most beginner bosses in MMOs. Here's another funny example. The map and minimap in this game is amazing for questing, exploring, and even creating your own routes, allowing you to take full advantage of the built-in auto-run feature, which, by the way, it really helps to compensate for the lack of a fast travel system. In contrast, the moment I started trying to learn about life skills, it felt a bit sink or swim. Various quests and NPCs tell you about all sorts of things you can do, but not necessarily how or when to do them. You walk up to a tree, it shows you options. Great. Now where do I get an axe? No, not him. Her or her. Oh, you can craft them! Cool, what do I need? Oh, I need a material that I can get from mining. With a pickaxe, which needs wood, which requires an axe. You get the idea. Yes, user error is at play, certainly. I probably missed some dialogue about where to get my tools, and now that I know, it's easy. Still, the life skill system doesn't hold your hand when you're a beginner. You can prune your plants, yep, but we won't tell you how, when, or whether or not you need a tool, or even where to look to find out. It's on the map, by the way, then you just press R on your plants like everything else with no tools required. But still, I expect to be taught these things in my Harvest Moon simulator. Now, Google searching aside, I cannot deny that once I started understanding life skills, I found that they were a very relaxing pastime. You really get to understand why some players prefer to max your level without ever touching the story. Finish up your tutorial and wander off and do something else. It's exactly the type of pastime you can enjoy while watching a video on the other screen. Oh, and are you curious about what skills you can play with? You've got gathering, processing, cooking, alchemy, training, fishing, hunting, trading, farming, sailing, and bartering. And you can do them all. They each level up individually from beginner to guru and require the use of your character's energy pool to complete. You regain 1 point every 3 minutes, but that's no problem if you have multiple characters running around. And I haven't even mentioned contribution points yet. This game has helped me relax, let me feel powerful, then immediately put me in my place. It doesn't hold your hand, but it does give you quests and information that tells you about things that exist in the game. You might just need to figure them out yourself. All in all, I find BDO to be a fun and rewarding experience with some, shall we say, endearing hiccups along the way. Yeah, I'd be crying too if I woke up and my house didn't render. I'll be talking about contribution points, fitness skills, and perhaps a few other things in my next video. So you'll want to subscribe if you'd like to learn more with me. If you'd like to see part 1 of this series where I talk about my experience first learning about Black Desert, check out the video on the left. I'm your Benefactor, and I pray you have a wonderful day.